Oh wow, that's the first time I've actually hit the stream button before the event notification.
Wow.
I'm good. Alright, and then once I confirm this is starting, I can post stuff.
No, it's
And then 3 hours later, Twitch decides to tell me that it starts.
right.
Usually the chat's the one that tells me before the freaking Twitch does. Come on. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. I see faces. That's good. Alright, posting stuff.
I'm gonna go into Twitter.
Okay. See, I was ready. Hello. I know there's schedule stuff, so I'm going to probably wait a minute before I get too much into stuff, but big webcams. Big webcams. What's up, Max? It's Phantom. Adam is a little quiet on your end. Oh, actually, I know why. Hold on.
Yeah, I have the tendency to do that indoors.
No, actually, I'm going to be louder, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop my mic to about what your level is, because I don't think I can up it. Right now I have you at max, so...
Wow.
I hear you fine. Well, yeah, but I guess I got control of it.
You know.
So. Alright, so... Sweet. Alright, so... welcome to HAHcon. Yay. This is our first time doing this. I think last year I was doing BronyCon, so... So we usually run a lot of convention panels. I can't remember how many we've done before. But this time we get to do it from the comfort of our bedrooms, or I don't know where you're sitting.
I am in my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
It's a very comfortable place.
You have a very nice bookcase.
Thanks.
So
got CDs and stuff in it.
So I'm Arga Damon. I'm an SFM animator. I've been doing this stuff for years. With me is Adam.
Hi, I'm Adam the Amazing 64. I'm also an SFM animator. I've been doing it for years.
So, and the one nice thing about HAHcon is when we do this stuff at actual conventions, we have like almost no ability to actually use the software. Well, we might have a computer that does it. Technical difficulties and stuff aside, it's just a mess. So it's actually nice that we can actually get to show you some stuff, and I'm able to. I should be able to still get Adam's monitor working too. So what we wanted to do is because. Well, for one, if anybody has any questions, we're going to kind of take them as they come because of the delay with Twitch. It's easier to do that than have all the questions at the end or something. If you have any questions, say them. If you can, either say my name or Adam's name in full. You can see he's spoken to chat before. He's got the little sword by it. It's easier for us to see, and then we can try to answer your questions. So, otherwise, I know actually, let me shrink down the webcams now so they're not so distracting here. How many people have used SFM before in general? What am I animating? No, I'm not actually animating anything. I'm not going to show any actual project stuff I'm doing. I just loaded up some Trixies because Trixies. Oh.
Yep.
Because I know SFM is completely free. If you actually want to download it, you can go to, I think first you need actually Steam, which is, actually I don't think, I actually did come up with it, so, which is steampower.com. If you just search the store here for Source FilmMaker, you can actually download it, and it is 100% free. Yes, you need to have Steam, but it is free to download. So as long as you get Steam, you can play around with this just the same. All the pony models are free for download. There is a DA group, and I will actually show that here.
Yeah, SFM Ponies, DeviantArt. You can go grab those models and more in the resources section.
So it's SFM Ponies. SFM-ponies.deviantart.com. lots of art here, but there's also all these resources where you can go and download all the pony models. The base ones you're going to want are in the resource folder here, and they used to have pages, but now they don't. But it's at the very, very bottom, and there is a lot of resources people have made. But it's going to be under Nahkas. Well, the updated ones have been done since then. Nahkas are still a good base to work from because they're less complicated than some of the other ones, so you don't get bogged down. So Nahkas, those ones. So in this stream will be recorded and up later, so you can get all the actual links from the stream. So I mean, so that's really, if you download SFM and you download the ponies, you're really good to go for any of the animating stuff you want to do.
Yep.
Oh, I had a question here. So, it knows it's not for Macs. Yeah, SFM hasn't really been updated lately, so I'm not surprised. It's gonna. I don't know if they'll be adding Mac later, but you just have to deal with it.
I believe not, honestly.
You can't complain.
There hasn't
too
been
much.
really much SFM update supports.
Yeah, and when stuff is free, you can't complain too much.
From the dev team. Yeah.
So is it free? Yeah, it is 100% free. In terms of the ease of use, the nice thing is if you're a gamer, SFM actually is pretty intuitive for how a game feels. Because like if you look at this UI compared to like 3ds Max, it's a lot less busy. There's a lot of power beneath it, but it's just some levels down. So a lot more of it is intuitive, and I was able to jump into it a lot quicker being a gamer than I was able to jump into 3ds Max. You're not going to probably get as nice of a product because you're working in a game engine, but sometimes it's not about making the best product, it's about actually doing it. And sometimes, if you're very new to this stuff, you don't want to jump right to the end. Sometimes you want to just see, how do I get started? And I think SFM is a great way to get started. It's like a programming language. If you learn one language, you know most of the others. And it's the same thing with animating. If you can learn to animate in one software, it's not like you're going to not know what to do in the future. So, did the number of forcible? No, I haven't put any up. I still have a couple spots left, but I'm getting there. But so right here, I want to show the way that I kind of do my animations, and then we can let Adam kind of show the way he does stuff.
Yep.
For me, this is an animation from, and I will hide those. This is an animation from the Alisha video I did, the second one. I saved this specifically at different points so I could use it as an example in the future. So this is where she's in front of the moon. She just kind of goes forward. And it's fairly simple, but it took hours to fully do this. So what I did when I did this, and I had it in 4 steps here. The first was the keyframe, which is what you see here. And you can just see down here I have all the different keyframes. And it's just from one to the next, instant jump. And it's the actual motions. I'm taking the steps, so like every time she interacts with the ground differently here. Touch, touch, touch. The different steps, I'm changing her position to what she needs. I'm not worrying about a lot of the details of the head motion, mainly just the ground and getting the exact details down. Even here I have this little extra bit because I want to have her push up a little bit. So once I get this down, and I tell people if they're getting started, how do I get started? Make pictures, because really all this is just a picture, repeat, like lots and lots of pictures repeated, and then I go and smooth that from there. And to smooth is like, because I use the motion editor here, there's a little tool around, so I'm just going to take my little keyframe here, and I'm going to go, say, from this motion to this motion, and I'm just going to grab an area, and I'm just going to round it, and it's going to smooth that motion. And I would just, and I'm going to just kind of do a rough version of it here. And really all it is just going through here and figuring out your timing for it. And yeah, that is actually really mechanical when it's done that way, but it kind of shows how you would go about that. Once you fully have it blended, you get this, which is much smoother, and that's literally just the keyframes smoothed out. There is nothing besides just rounding the corners on everything. Make sure I didn't miss any question come here.
Oh, I'm just
Yes.
answering some in the comments
Oh, sweet.
and all that.
That's even better. So, I mean, if you want to say it out loud too. So,
I mean, you're talking. I don't want to
no, that's
interrupt.
fine. I can take over for you then afterwards.
You know what? Sometimes the mains inflates or shrink in absurd for seemingly no reason.
If you scale the models in any way, the mains have jiggle bones which aren't visible. So when you scale the model, the jiggle bones don't know how to act correctly.
Reacts to it.
Yeah.
So you have to go to utilities and then bake procedural models. Do you think you can show that real quick on your screen?
Doing it as you were saying it. So utilities bake procedural bones. As soon as you do that, you'll get access to. I don't think this. Oh, they're the jiggle bones. You'll get access to the jiggle bones because they're then workable bones. They can be scaled.
Oh yeah, you got it right there.
So. That usually will fix it, but then it does get rid of the procedural motion of it. If you scale the model by like 10% up or down, it's usually okay. I did that for Pip before, but if you do it by more than that, that's when you start getting like mains that go all over the place. So, just so I can get through here this quick. So this is literally just the smoothest, smooth over. This actually has the lip syncing on it too now. But all I did was go through smooth one frame to another, and that was it. While it gives you a pretty decent final result, it still looks a little mechanical. Like here, I mean, she's just kind of going back and forth, but it seems like a machine. A third pass I would go through then is to the cleanup to add extra motion to everything. So here, and actually I can put up both so you can see the comparison. As you can see, like here, her head's follows behind. I forgot what that was called in 3D animation. I know there's the stretch and whatever, but what was the one where you do the where stuff lags behind?
Stuff lags behind.
I forgot what it's called. But it's more of
isn't it like follow through or something like that? No,
I don't know. But you're looking at a fleshy thing. So when you're moving from one position to another, you have to imagine that bones further down the line, like on a hand. If I go from here,
that's follow
through. Yeah, okay. So if you're going from here to here, you don't want to have everything move mechanically, like it's stiff and locked. It's best to like bend the ones at the end to make it look like they are lagging behind in the motion, and that's what I did here. So then the head goes down, the head lags behind, and then when lifting up, it pulls down, and lag behind again. When the head goes down here, it head actually pulls down a little bit more, then comes up, and so you get everything looking fleshy, and a lot of this motion is done in between the frames so that it kind of breaks up from seeing so much, so much like a machine. And I think that this is the hardest part of animating. It isn't like the keyframes. Like if you mess up on a keyframe, you just readjust the keyframe, you're good. If you mess up on something like this, it's sometimes harder to undo, and this is where you're taking something and turning it from a machine to a living creature. That to me is the hardest part. I don't know if you would agree kind of with that part, Adam, but it just, that is it's sometimes you're like, this will look fine, then you do it and you're like, no, what did I do? I've made a monster. This last fourth one, this is probably the most time consuming to me, but this is where the mane and stuff are cleaned up so that all the motion seems fluid. So this is where the tail is done, the mane is done, and the ears are done. So from here, the hair, like say for this motion forward, physics don't work correctly, so I go through and clean it up to make it actually look correct. So a lot of the physics are actually manually done for me. So, and you get this, and that was from this. Come on, pony. So, this one is a little blended at that one part, but
since you decided to choose Trixie for your model for showing things off, I decided for the little animation that I'm going to be making during the stream, I'm going to use Trixie as the main character.
So yeah, actually,
I just want to. I was
just gonna say, so that's how I do things, how I animate. But it doesn't mean that's the only way to do things. Because the way I did doesn't mean it's the right way of doing things. Everybody has their own way of doing things. So Adam, if you wanted to show like a little bit, I can give people an example of, or you can show the way that you do things. Let me.
Yeah, sure.
Let me switch over to that thing.
Let me load up an old save file then, since I have animations done with that and all that. I can bring up one of my more recent ones from memory. The what's it called? The Ponyville Cider Fest promo that I did. That was really fun. I have so many things here, it's crazy.
Let me grab chat. Can't see otherwise.
Open. Okay, let's see. Cider, no. Okay, I have to look through it here. You keep talking, I need to find...
Is that Trixie at a desk?
Yeah. Yeah.
She looks very regal. President Trixie.
President Trixie. Well, she's not going to be very regal with the scene that I'm going to have her with. I've been Ponyville or something.
It...
I have no idea where I stand.
I still agree. I think that
I have
Trixie,
so many save files.
Trixie looks really weird without a hat.
Yeah, that's true.
We're basically saying if you have any questions, just say it. There's two of us, so one of us can kind of cover questions. We're trying to type them out when they come up, just so if somebody's explaining something, others we will try to like say and explain it if we are able. So if you do have any questions, if you are able to type where you say the full names like that, it will. Yeah, I didn't bold it for me there because I think I typed it to myself, but it will bold it and it's easier for us to catch. So just try to do that. Otherwise, I'm watching it right now while Adam's kind of going through stuff.
Yeah, I have a lot of save files from over the years, and I never clean out this folder. So
you don't make folders?
I usually do actually. For it's like the other extensive projects I'm doing, I usually do. Actually, I might have actually had a separate folder for these because I had multiple different scenes. P is for Ponyville. Ponyville. Cider Fest. Okay, it's just called Cider Fest. Max Cider Fest. Where is this sucker? Open file location. Element session Cider Fest DMX. Cool beans, I found it. Sessions CI. There it is. Alright. We are in business now. Sorry about the delay for that.
She's actually contemplating life.
That was good. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna start out with some of the scenes that I enjoyed making in this promo. If you haven't seen it, it's on my YouTube channel. It's under the same name as my username. Loading.
That's just Skype just puts it there. I can't really control that. I don't think. Can I?
Yeah. Alright.
Oh no.
Cool.
Because the other bit I had it weird how it worked.
So the way I animate is by going about with Big Mac. There we go. I use the what is it? I forget what this thing's called. Hold on. Graph editor. Yeah. So the way I go about doing it is instead of Argo with the motion editor, to go about with splining like this, and just motion going on to the next and such. I do it in a way where I do each motion for the character. So if I wanted to like move his head, then I do keyframe head, next keyframe, just positioning it each time for each keyframe, and then it's moving over to the next one. And I can adjust these lines depending on how I want to with the like selecting the why am I blanking out right now? Yarr. Yeah, it's basically basically I'm literally dragging the head around with the rest of the body when I'm moving these other parts. Usually I just have it each pose he's doing, and then I'll switch up the timing on the arms and stuff like this in order to well, I didn't have any arm motion for this one. Here we are. Yeah. So it's all dependent on how I need it to be done. Sometimes stretching to get some more emotion out of it.
That turned out really good. I really liked how Big Mac turned out there. That was just...
Yeah.
It fit his personality,
really
kind of like if he was drunk.
Yep. I think I just have the lights. Yeah, I turned the lights off for that. For 2 times one with lights on without them. Let's see. That is so weird. All of these are on. Maybe I just deleted them. No, wait, Starlight Room. There we go. Yeah, now you can see it. And scene building as well. This was all like scene built together in the black void. So this is all it. All it takes was a few walls of different types to give it that tavern feel that I was aiming for. This structure here, it gives the illusion of it actually curving out naturally, but these are just like blocks. And so what I was able to do was just make smaller let's see if I can break this apart. Scorpion's wall, bottom frame, wall top, all wood. That's the wood part here. For like giving it a top wooden look, I would just wall wood, wall frame. So this frame here gives it like the edge between it, so it looks nicer. And also you can't see this icky stuff. That's a lot. Yeah, you can't see much.
Yeah, it's lagging a little
Nothing
bit.
outside the windows.
Still fine.
Let's see. Or sometimes for perspective, like if I want to have this look like it's coming on, like it's on the wall, but if I was to push it too close, then it would either just like clip. So you can't even have taken this shot so you can see the skull here. Yeah, you can't really see it, so it just gives it the illusion that it's hanging off of something, but it's not. The less stuff you're putting in, shadows let you work with it in a way that says, hey, there's a lot going on here, but not really, which I really like about Source FilmMaker. And minimalism is like the best way of going about animating. So it's in here. Yeah. All there is the tree and the grass and some rocks in the bottom that come up later. And using dust particles, a particle system here for like gunshots hitting the ground, I gave it so that the rocks look like they're emerging from the ground. But really, it's just dirt. Huh. I remember it turned off. More dirt somewhere. Dirt. Oh, and another thing is yet again playing with perspective. They look like they're coming from the grass, but they're not, just because of the way the camera's angled. Camera angles and light sources. So like, this would look very boring if there was no light source here. Just because you would have like this tree and some blackness. So by adding these lights with I don't know why my English is just sucking today. Sorry. Been busy.
It's fine. Don't need English.
English, yeah. Oh, the water particle system was actually really cool to work with here for the watering. What I did was I took a waterfall effect and I messed around with it in the particle system editor. Particle. So in the little particle system editor here, this used to be like 10 times bigger, as well as it skewed way more. So you have so many controls here. I think it was like position and sphere random or something like this, where I changed the angles for where the water is pouring to like pour in a more curved way, as well as the radius for like how large it is, like 3 or something like that, instead of like 30 or something. There's also a sense of gravity scale somewhere. I don't know where it was, but it like made it with the rate of how fast it was going, increase or decrease. So, by the way, this short here, for people wondering on shorts and how long this would take, like this entire thing is around 55 seconds with 3 or 4 different scenes. Yeah, it's got 3 scene builds anyways. 28 hours of work.
28?
That includes like yeah, it took 28 hours. I was keeping track of it.
Is that including is that just SFM, or is that also including?
No, that also includes the Photoshop and VTF edits and all this to get the cards, particle system changes and scene building and all that nonsense. So this one was really funny because sometimes these are Argo's particle systems for magic. And sometimes if the model size is too small, the particles won't appear. So what I did was I took a cardboard box model. Oh, I don't have that scene. Cardboard. Yeah, there it is. I took a cardboard box here and just like put it around the playing cards and animated it with the playing cards by locking them. And then after removing the locks, the particle systems can show up on the box and it makes it look like it's going on the card. So, like, when Argo's using his magic horn effects and all that, what he's doing is usually taking, like, a pipe or a beer bottle or something like that, putting it over on the pony's horn, and allowing you to make it look like it's magic coming from the horn, when in fact it's just an invisible beer bottle in the horn, which is really cool. My process is, when I'm starting, is usually scene build, then do lip syncing, which is my favorite part because I'm good at that apparently, or so I keep being told. Scene 1. Give me Starlight. That's not Starlight. Starlight. That's right. Starlight. Yeah. And I also do the lip syncing in the graph editor as well. You have all these sliders here on the side. And what's the nice thing about these sliders is if I want to make a movement, so this is just, everything is at 0 right now, so the mouth is closed and in a neutral state. If I wanted to open it up with a smile, just needs grin, perfect. Let's go for some more complex mouth movements. Oh, yeah, it's combining different types of sliders together can result in different shapes for the mouth, which is always good. Which ones did I use the most? I always use pucker and mouth O's. Those are like the ones I use.
She looks like she's drunk when she's moving slow. Like, hi, this is cards.
Oh,
I
trading
can't.
cards. You want to play a game? So, everything I do is in graph editor. The only times I'll do stuff is in motion editor is when I'm moving things around, or if I need to like, if I'm switching through cycles and all that. So if I have like a pony in a neutral state and I want to like start her up into like a fly cycle animation that we have, then I would just take the, like, let's say the neutral state's right here, and a fly cycle starts. So by letting it extend a little bit and then hitting what is it? Smooth? Yeah, it's not smooth. It's usually smooth, I think. I don't know. Argo, that's your forte.
So what?
Things with a graph editor when you're trying to like smooth it out.
Smooth tool works, but it can because smooth literally will just try to like take a bunch of the motion and blend it with the ones next to it. So your peaks and your valleys, so your highs and your lows get mushed down. So while he does smooth it, it destroys some of the drastic parts of the motion that you might want. So it's a great tool, but it's not one that I would do select all, hit smooth, and be done, and you call it good.
Yeah.
But it does come in handy a lot.
Yeah. Usually when I'm smoothing stuff in the graph editor, there's actually a little tool that's one of the buttons here. It's spline tangents. So if things are looking a little rough, you can just hit spline tangents, and it like will curve things out nicely. And if you want certain types of motions on certain areas, you can use different stuff, like the basic one that always worked, that's starting when you're using the graph editor, is the linear tangents, the first one here. And you see the lines here can kind of like change up to how they are, and this will like give the motion for the mouth, how it's going to animate differently. So like it'll be spiked up a little more, meaning it goes up faster. But if you're using, the spline tangents, then you have little curves here. So like the movement will smooth out near the peak of it and then slink back down, rather than with spline tangents, you'll just shoot right back down as soon as it hits that peak. So I like spline tangents a lot because it makes things very bouncy and lifelike. And just messing around with the different options you have with the graph editor, which is why I like it more than the motion editor. So what else?
I have a question. What is a Japanese stool?
Huh? Oh, Japanese stool.
I just like,
right.
I'm thinking there's stool, but then there's
Japanese. She's a little chair here.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I put it there for my sake, just to like position her. You never see the damn stool, but I put it there.
I do stuff like that all the time too. Yeah, you need a base.
Helps.
But I'm just like,
a visual for the animator.
I'm thinking stool, but what is a Japanese stool?
Well, that's just the name of the model.
I know.
Just
it's
one of
those
the
names.
TF2 ones, I think.
Confusing.
So this thing took 28 hours of work in Photoshop, VTF Edit, and Source FilmMaker. No custom models were used that weren't not available from the SFM Panel DeviantArt group. So anything that's here, you can either find it from there, the TF2 Workshop, or Team Fortress 2 itself. Yeah. I want to go back to that thing now. Office. God. So, no, I don't. Yeah. The thing that I'm doing right now is, I can give Argo the video and he can show you what I'm working on.
Do you have a rendered version of it? Well, if I have to download it, it's going to take forever.
It's a YouTube vid.
Oh, if it's YouTube, then that's fine.
Yeah. No, it's a reference video. Give me a second. Ah, there we go. Boom. I sent it to you on Skype.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna shrink you back down here then. And
Your butt is perfectly positioned on the Japanese stool. Yeah, it was.
oops, we're gonna go back to the other monitor. Okay.
Yeah.
And what is? Oh no! Wait, now I gotta open this thing again. Chat.
Huh.
Hold on. I'm gonna move that over here. Do this. Lots of things. Okay, I think this is still working. Okay, it is. So what is this?
That's the audio that I'm going to be using for this little animation with Trixie here. So I'm going to just recreate this scene using Trixie because why not? I do that a lot. Is just find goofy stuff online and animate it. You would be a horrible game design, lol. Sounds like your OCD would make you put things outside of the game even though they're never NPC. I know, right?
You'll be able to take the easy way out. Hopefully it won't come to it. But if it does, you must promise me that you'll shoot yourself without a moment's hesitation.
I promise, Father.
This sounds like a very
father,
Trixie video.
Mr. Renham.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's loaded.
Totally does.
No. Ah. Here we go.
For some reason, model in SFM, her face is messed up.
So I Well, because actually, I was gonna see if anybody wanted to see any other video, like stuff that we've done before. Adam had actually pulled up Ciderfest one, so I was gonna pull up one that I know everybody knows that I did, and I probably get the most questions on. Actually, somebody just made a CinemaSins parody of it, which I thought was pretty funny for Remembrance. And it was funny because it's really sad when I could watch it and go, "Yep, I know I did that. Yep, I know I did that. Oh crap, I forgot about that." But
really,
I gotta save this one when it's actually like in the position I need it here. But actually, I gotta get Adam back. Where did Adam go?
I disappeared. I have a tendency of doing that. That is actually not a lie. When we're at conventions, I usually stray off from the group
there you
very
are.
often.
I found you. Hold on.
Finding Adam.
There's Adam. Okay. So, because I know this is probably the let's jump to a point. I wouldn't say it's the most popular thing I've done, but I know that this is probably the most memorable thing I've done for, and people like to see some of the behind the scenes stuff. So, actually, do I have the audio? Yeah. So this is an actual giant map with big long hallways that were not needed, and the one thing I probably want to show on this is that when you think you have to build an SFM or just anything 3D, something big and large to make something work, you don't. This map, when I did it, was used as a base, but the details within it were only based on per shot. So it's not like I went through and I made everything work for the entire map. If I were to do that, my computer would crash trying to process everything. So for this video, every shot was done and lighted specifically for that shot. So if you actually go through here, from this shot to the next one, I mean, even actually the guards move a little bit here, and it's the lighting here down the hall. I don't even think the lights are here. Yeah, everything is modified to work for the shot specifically. So when you go to make something, you don't need to say like, I need to make this big thing to this big super detailed map, or I need to set up all this stuff to make it work. No, it's wherever the camera's looking is all that ever matters, and nothing else matters. So like at the very beginning of this, the flower pots are shown up here. I had specific lights just shining at the flower pots to make them light correctly, but as soon as that I go past that, there's no flower pots visible. I deleted all of them except for just the ones over here because they were the ones in the shot. And actually I don't even think they get in the shot. Well, they do right at the end there, but even then. So as it progresses, if you just look down how this hallway is lit, it's constantly changing. Because I only cared about what was visible to the camera at that time. I mean, even this one, this is the one where it was the overhead with the rainbow dash. I only have one little light coming through a window. And actually, I think the shadows didn't work right on that one. Yeah, the shadows didn't work on that one, so it's the light itself is actually a not shadowed. It is, I believe, a textured version of. Oh yeah, well, yeah. It's actually to keep it clear. The light itself is the shape of the window. It's not actually shadowed to go through there. The shadows are coming from the window though. So there's a lot of cheating that's done, but really it comes down to only thing that ever matters is what's on camera. So here the door is not visible as this progresses forward. I'll set a speed up here. Like even here, I mean, this is where she is at this part of the video, and then she jumps forward to the end of the hall. It's so you don't have to make everything fit in within the what would be the normal physical realm. And look back here. This is what this freaking looks like from here. You think it looks horrible, but if you go up to this angle, it works for that shot. So while things look and sound complicated, if you really break it down into smaller chunks, it's not really that bad. And I mean, if you start doing a 4-minute video, yes, it's going to be it's going to have its complications, but in essence, it's as complicated as you want to make it. You can make something really, really stupid. There's even during this video, we were just goofing around during stream, and we have the Twilight Enchanted book armor. It's just like whatever. I think we have Celestia and Nightmare Moon back here doing something. I think we were playing a song. We were just puppeteering. So we have Twilight over here. It's just stupid stuff that's done, and you can make a video from stupid stuff like that, and it would still just be funny, and it's entertaining. So you don't have to make something big and beautiful. You can just go and throw something down and like wave it around and call it good. Yeah, Zachariah Scott, I saw where horse here. Yeah, if you ever need to look up stuff for him, look up his stuff. He's actually got a lot of really good tutorials. That's where I learned about half of SFM was from Zachariah Scott. How did you get the rest of the Mate 6 models that look so ghostly? Let me find that scene here. So this was a last minute decision. 4 days before I had to show this video at BronyCon is when I just came up with this scene. They are here. They are normal models that I jacked the brightness up. I don't have it done here. Made them super, super bright. That's why there's no light on them right now. I made them super, super bright. And then I rendered this twice. Once like this, once like this. And then I overlaid them on top of each other so that it was 50% opaque so that you could see the video through, see the background through the pony. And they were made super bright so that when you did a half visibility, they were kind of ghosted instead. So it was a kind of a trick I learned a while ago for if you only change one thing in a render, that is the only thing that is affected. As long as you don't change the camera in any way, all the models will exactly move and be lit the same every time. So you can change small little things and then overlay them on top of each other, or play with effects to make it layered if you want. It's kind of neat. I did some testing with it a while back and to make it work, and it's been a very, very useful trick. So do I have the friends in a while? Even this, that was a lot of particle effects. It's not as good without the shaky cam though. Let's see here. Dead WoW was here. This was, she's dead. I'm not gonna pull up the WoW one. I don't want to go through that stuff because I do normal streams twice a week, and so this is a lot of stupid stuff we do during the streams, and I just keep them. So if you ever want to see some of that stuff, you're probably better to come to those streams. So,
Yep.
So that's Remembrance. But I know that if there's any other videos people want to pull up, I can. Otherwise, I know that there was a lot of questions here that I think we missed.
Probably.
How can you shape a light? When you go to right-click a light, there's something called Set Light Gobo Texture. A normal light has a texture that looks like a flashlight. So that's what makes it round. It has a texture to make it round. So when you set a light gobo texture, you can replace that with anything. So you can replace it with a window, or in the case of the stained glass here, best shot's gonna be this one. Actually, no, this one. So to get the lights on the floor like they are, I made a texture that was those windows flipped 180 and blurred. So the actual, I think I have, this is really organized poorly. I think it's here. That's the rim. And that's the other ones. So this is volumetrics. Where's the actual windows themselves? I'm trying to remember. Oh, there it is. So these are split in two. So this actual light is textured to be Rainbow Dash's or the window. So if I go up really close here, whoa, that's way bright. Tone that down a bit. So the light itself actually looks like this. So there was no way for me to shine it through to make it actually pop up with the light like going through surface to make it look like that. So I made the light look like that itself, and then I just with the volumetrics, that you can see like the volumetrics actually shining down. That was what gave that streaming look on the surface. But from the distance, it wouldn't be nice and focused. So I actually took a texture and made the texture blurred. So Gobo light's pretty come in handy for stuff like that. There's other things you can do that are pretty neat, like if I play with the min and max here, you can actually make a floating version of it if you wanted. I'd have to really get these values close. Oh, I almost had it. Oh, no. But you can do some kind of cool things with them. So I'm not going to go into a lot of it because you can really do a lot of detail with Gobos, but it does have some pretty neat effects you can do. Let's scroll down here. What else we got here for questions? Have you ever lost something you were working on from computer crashes? Yes. SFM has a built-in, is it 10-minute? I think it's like every 10 minutes.
It's every 10 minutes it'll refresh and save, and the next time you open it up, it'll be like, hey, SFM automatically saved this, and you didn't save. Do you want to open it from the last time it auto-saved? And you'll be like, yeah, sure, thanks.
So you can lose like 10 minutes worth, but if you're opening the autosave and it crashes before you actually save it, opening the autosave destroys the autosave. So I've had it before where I've done like an hour of work, crashed, I opened the autosave, and it crashed right away again, and then I lost the whole hour. So if you really haven't saved for a while, it's probably best to go grab the autosave, which is a separate .autosave file, copy it somewhere, and then open it. So if it destroys itself, you can pull it again to check. But I have had it way back before autosave was implemented. I had 8 hours of work that I lost once, but it was for something I made long ago. So I felt like this is such a great piece of work, but now I look back and I'm like, wow, that was a waste of time. So, 10 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're doing lip syncing, something that's super like boring and monotonous, and you lose 10 minutes of lip syncing, that feels like you lost an hour of work. I've lost lip syncing before because I had a problem with a texture in a video that every like about a half hour would crash on me for some reason because of a memory leak. I fixed it, but I kept losing lip syncing, and oh my, I was getting so pissed off. I never want to have that happen again. I don't think you can modify how fast that auto saves, but I really wouldn't want to have it saved like too often, because a lot of save files can actually get pretty big. Like for Remembrance, did I change it to Remembrance? Yeah. The save files are 107 megabytes. Having it save that every 2 to 3 minutes, when it goes to autosave, it actually freezes everything for a couple seconds. And when you have something really big, even here you can see, because I'm in it, this is the autosave file. So 3.4 today. So if I crashed, that would be what opens. Actually, this was the last time I actually saved the actual file was on my birthday 2 years ago. That's funny.
Huh.
Yeah, and actually, sorry you just asked that. So yeah, I don't think you can modify the time on it. If there is, you might be able to do it in like the launch settings. And what I mean by launch settings is in SFM here under properties and set launch options. I always have 720 is the default resolution, but if you want to render it a higher resolution, you have to tell it higher. So I just keep it there all the time. So you can change it to 1080 or 2140. There might be something in there you might be able to play with to change it, but I'm not sure. And then this is no pre-force which when you go to open particle editor, it takes forever to start up, and that's because Preforce takes time to open, and so I just have it disabled all the time. It's not useful for SFM, so why have it waste my time? So, yes, my birthday is September 23rd. Okay, I have a problem. I can't move the sounds or clips in the video editor. Got this error in the console. Multiple calls. Single frame. That is a very complicated thing. If you have a really complicated problem, try Googling it, because probably somebody else had the same problem. On something like that, I can't think of what this exact problem is. So check to see if somebody else might have had to take a part of the search. Usually the stuff that's like the ones that look like variables. Try searching for those with SFM troubleshoot and see if somebody else had a similar problem. Chances are, I go off the idea that if you have a question, somebody else has asked the same question before, so the answer's probably out there. You just have to find it.
Yeah.
Yes, I have 6,300 hours in the software. Oh, that was pretty close to mine. Yeah, some of the bring up listening forms too. Yeah. Otherwise, I did want to ask Adam, can you? Because I know, as of right now, there's probably people here that know a lot of the stuff we do. But is there any other creators out there that you think would be good to shout out?
Let me think.
Because I know I kind of thought about it. I know one of them actually is in chat here. Yasho, he made.
Yeah? Well, Yasho's amazing. Yeah, of course.
So because there's a lot of people out there that make some pretty cool stuff, and we're not the only ones. So I think that you guys should check out some other people that are working their way up. Like Yasho here has done. There's this one. Yeah, it's you. He did. Hey, you liked the videos. Where is his anime trailer? And that was like my favorite one for a while. Hero Strain's really good. I'm trying to Hero Strain already has a pretty big following. The ones to me that really need it are the ones that are starting and have or are having a hard time getting noticed. And those are the ones that I feel. Oh yeah, yours got blocked, didn't it? The anime one,
Yeah, probably.
That sucks. Okay, but he still has really cool stuff.
You are Dr. Nikki Jiggle It a Little Open.
Oh, one of them that's really good. That's like not even noticed. He's got like 1,000 subs. It's I'm a Future Guitar Hero.
That actually sounds
I'm
really
gonna link his
familiar.
channel.
Yeah, if you could link it, it'd be great.
Yeah, hold on. Oh, that's
Yeah, there's
he doesn't have a custom URL.
Somebody did a cinema synth
Anyways.
that was pretty good. Yeah, I got coverage straight because Yasho made a anime intro that was just brilliant. You should check to see if somebody did a cover of it, because I know that's what I'm doing with mine. And see if somebody did a cover of it and re-upload it with the cover, because the cover you should be able to get around it. But that anime intro was so done. That was pretty. It was awesome. So, oh, you linked it there. So, yeah, because I swear I've seen. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's why I remember it. That was pretty damn funny.
What do you want?
Ah, good sir. I suppose you could say I'm looking for technical support.
No.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing.
Yes, sir. No. Take his coat.
I don't have a coat.
He doesn't have a coat, sir. And I believe this is the man who basically killed our entire race. No. Don't take his coat.
So I know he's been coming up lately, and it's been some pretty damn good stuff. I'm trying to think of some of the other people that have had some really neat stuff lately. I know. Evil Taco Person. He did the Meet the Rarest Buy. I don't think I've seen that one. It's a pony picture,
Really?
so we're good.
Dude, it's
I
literally
don't
like frame
watch
for
too much
frame.
other content.
Oh, good, you're watching the Super Kami Guru one.
Yeah, I pulled that one before.
That's I love that one. Very smooth animation. Yeah, he's gonna be doing all the Meet the Team versions of MLP. So right now he's working on Meet the Pinky Pyro.
The dialing is pretty well done.
Yeah. So he's really good.
Yeah, that looks like it's pretty good. So, actually I'm subscribed to them, I guess. I didn't even know that. But really, there is, if you actually go to, I mean, this is probably not the best place to find upcoming people, but I know Equestria Daily actually has under media. If you go to SFM, does have a section just for SFM, and there are a lot of new people on here. Sometimes you might have to click in there to get to the multiple links below it, but I recommend really going through there because it's hard for a lot of people to get started because they're making things and then they feel like they're not getting noticed, and they're not in. While their quality might not be as high as other people's, it takes time, and they'll build up to something that you will make you go wow. But it really helps to have the motivation to get there. I know that really helped me out when I was starting out, having support from people leaving comments and being positive about things. So really, if you see somebody that's making something that you think is really good, just say good, nice job, or great, or I loved it. Just even a couple words can make somebody's day and have them keep going. So really, go out there and do that if you can. It's content creation is a hard role to get into, especially one that's become established like SFM has kind of become. So, yeah, I know I saw Quillo Manor was mentioned here.
Oh yeah, his stuff is awesome. I love it. We showed his stuff at Cider Fest.
Yeah, he had that one for
Helsing.
The Helsing. That's actually funny. The thing. Yeah, for Cider Fest. This is the one?
The target in sight.
Well, better do
Let's
the
see
job.
what else. I'm trying to think of other good content creators. I haven't seen a lot of pony stuff lately. I've been seeing a lot more just like generic SFM stuff. I'm just trying to think pony specifically.
Hey, police girl. Hey, police girl.
I like that coronation Twilight. It's, nice little,
I was actually thinking of animating that shot until he did it, and then or that scene, and I'm like, no, he did it better. But yeah, do go out there and find stuff. I think if you just even search SFM MLP, it's a good way to find stuff.
I think you might get smash shit shown up because of the word SFM.
Nope, actually I got it's a lot of pony stuff. It turned out pretty good. So
Yep.
The other thing is, and I'm gonna pull it up again here on DeviantArt. This is the easiest way for me to get to the group. So the SFM Ponies group has a lot of content on here too, and a lot of people that are getting started. And like I said, pictures are a way to get started because animation is just a series of pictures. So this is where a lot of people can get started on that stuff. So giving people the support that on here as well, even on here, just giving it a view is a lot, because if somebody had made something and they only get 10, 15 views, that's not much. But you may not, 100 or 1,000 views may not sound like a lot, but if you're getting started, that is huge. So really just go through and give people a watch and comment, let them know. So.
Yeah, especially with comments, it really helps for people early on just to read something about someone else liking their stuff or even critiquing it, because it lets them build in the future. It's why I comment on a lot of stuff.
And Shadowking, in terms of, yes, have you ever had a troubleshoot thing where you go to and people just, the first person has the problem, everybody responds with, yeah, me too, yeah, me too. That's half of all troubleshooting forums. And then you get the one that's 4 years afterwards that says, has anybody figured out a solution? And then everybody goes back to saying, no, I haven't. Yeah, welcome to the internet. How long does it take you to animate a minute-long video? That is a hard question to answer. Like, if you were to take one shot, the same scene, and animate everybody sitting and talking, you could do it pretty quick. Like, for instance,
did, remember that Equestria derps I did? Yeah, that took like 30 minutes.
Yeah, you can spend 30 minutes, you can spend a couple hours. I had said it in the chat earlier, I have one that's a minute and 10 seconds long that I've spent 8 months on. So it's it all depends on how many scenes you're having to build, how long each scene is, how complex they are. I'm having problems because I'm having a scene build for every 3 seconds of video, a whole new scene. That's what's taking a long time. But it's hard to say how long something will take because the range of complexity is absolutely enormous. So
Yeah.
But yeah, we are at 3 o'clock, so I don't want to get cutting anybody else's time. So I do appreciate everybody coming out because we actually had like a lot of people come out here. That was actually really cool. So we're like 122 people. So so do go check out. I mean, obviously you might have come here from watching some of this, like the announcements that came out that we did, but do go check out HAHcon's schedule here at HAHcon.com and go to schedule, and you can kind of see what's coming up here. Actually, they are adjusting it so you can just see what's at the top. So they have some other stuff coming up for 4, 5, 6, and all the way up, looks like, through the rest of the night. So do go check them out because it really helps these people, keeps them motivated. So thanks for coming out here. I stream twice a week. My schedule is below on Twitch here. So if you ever want to see some of the other stuff I do, stop on by. Otherwise, we'll, I guess, see you guys later.
It's been fun, guys.
So,
take it easy.
All right, see you later.
Ciao.